All right, hell yeah. Can't keep me down. It's the Friday show. Let's fucking do it. Already not helping me out. Fucking assholes. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to America's finest news program. It's the Dusty Show, and yep, I got banned, but almost, sort of, not quiet. So, last show got removed, folks. Let me show you this shit. All right, we'll just stop the music for now. Let me show you this shit. YouTube notice. Your video has been taken down from your YouTube. The American Purge begins. Great show I had on Wednesday. If you guys missed it, go check it out. I killed it as always. And then apparently Al Jazeera. Fucking Al Jazeera, man. So I showed a video of the rocket attack on the school where the kids are playing soccer. And Al Jazeera, I guess, is not a news organization anymore. They're now a content creation company. Because I guess they buy up the rights to the news now, and you're not allowed to show the atrocities in Palestine without paying them, I guess. Which is fine. Like, at first I was kind of pissed. I was like, literally, they are monetizing atrocities, okay? No longer a news organization. They're buying up the rights to this news footage that everybody should be seeing, and then they're preventing me from showing it to you guys. That's not a news organization. That is a content creation organization who is monetizing death, murder, fear, atrocity. And I was fucking pissed. And then I thought to myself, isn't that what you do, Dusty? And it is. It's sort of what I do. They're still in our jobs, y'all. They're still in my job. So I guess I can't get too mad about that part. But at least, to be honest, Al Jazeera, if you're no longer a news organization, if you're now into content creation, then just say that, right? So whatever. Going to be a sad day, I guess, if I can no longer cover the Palestinian conflict because I'm not allowed to show you guys any of the footage that these terrorized, murdered people are filming on their cell phones because Al Jazeera is buying it all fucking up and banning anybody from showing it to you. Seems like a bad way we're going here. But what the fuck you gonna do? Sucks ass. And, God damn it. And folks, I know if you're like me, you've all been wondering what is up with the guy in the intro of my show. You got the Dusty van. All right, let's go ahead and kick it back over. You got the Dusty van. And then this motherfucker just starts walking past the Dusty van. Here we go. Boom. Dusty van. I'm parked in the alley. And this motherfucker come walking up. And I was like, I want to know where he's going. So I kept extending it, using AI to extend it 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, because I want to know what the fuck's going on. So he just walking around. I assumed he was going to buy drugs, right? He's walking by my van, and then a car pulls up, and he's like, oh, no, fuck you, car. And then he pulls out angel wings. He's like, I'm going to destroy you, car, by angel wings. And the car's like, no, you're not. And the car tries to run him over, and he gets out of the way of this angel wings. And then they drop to the club, and there's a bouncer. And the bouncer's like, oh, my God, your car exploded. Of course it did. Why wouldn't your car explode? And the bouncer's cool with it because it's just a normal Friday night outside of the Dusty Show van. And so, hey, we all know now. We all know what happened. And so we can sleep easy and knowing exactly how that story ended. I'm glad we went through that together, though. And all right, folks, as always, the super chats are open. No questions dodged. Every question answered on the super chat over here. There is a $sign by your chat. Here we go, right there. See it? Boop, 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 boop. Click on it and then donate money and help me and the floating cats out. And then I read everything you say. And then you live forever in the afterlife because that's reality. So that's the way it works. Don't die and go into the inky abyss forever and ever of non-existence. Super chat me. You'll feel good and you'll keep my show on the air. I would hate to have to stop doing this and go work at Walmart. That'd be great. Walmart greeter, though. Welcome to Walmart. I love you. Let me see your receipt. You fucking thieving motherfuckers. I'd be great at Walmart, but I'd rather do this if I have a choice. So, cool. All right, folks, let's go ahead and kick the show off. I'm going to start off in the same place we did last show. Little thing I like to call Ride with Biden. There we go. Boom. Ride with Biden. Thank you, kiddo, for the new Riding with Biden picture. The one thing AI won't let me create, unfortunately. So I can't do Biden or Trump pictures during the election on any of the AI websites. It's balls, but fine. So last night, folks, Joe Biden gave his big boy speech, and I am not insulting him by saying that. This is what he himself called it. He's like, I'm doing my big boy NATO speech tomorrow. Hey, you guys don't judge me on whether I should drop out of the fucking race before you hear my big boy speech. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to get out there and prove to everybody I still got the fire in my belly to be the president of the United States, to lead you fine people. So don't bail out of me yet. Let me do the big boy speech. So then he did it, folks. And let's just say reviews were mixed. I watched the entire fucking thing. We're going to get into that. But before the big boy speech, this is how much of a trash reality show our entire country is. Here's a bunch of idiot press corps just screaming at him. Can't even understand what the fuck they're saying. This is why our system's doomed.
For coming in.
Seen Ocean's 12. Did you think the plot lacked a direction? Anyway, that was stupid. But then, folks, he got up in there. He got ready to do his speeches, and let's just say it did not go off without a hitch. First off, here he is standing next to the terrorist from Israel, talking about our Rafah operation. Remember, Rafah was supposed to be the red line. If you dare do an operation in Rafah, I'm going to stop supporting you, Israel. And now suddenly it's our Rafah operation. It's all of us. Freudian slip from Joe Biden here.
The king and I also discussed the situation in Rafah.
I guess that's the king of whatever, one of those Middle Eastern countries. Either way, terrorist.
I also discussed the situation in Rafah. As I said yesterday, our military operation in Rafah, the major military operation.
Yeah, our military. I mean, the major, the one you said it wasn't a major. You literally said if they did a major military operation in Rafah, that was your red line, and then you claimed the reason that you didn't draw your red line is because it wasn't a major military operation in Rafah. It was just a bunch of minor shit, like 10,000 minor operations don't equal a major one. Can't do anything. My hands are tied, baby. I got to fund the murder of more Palestinian children. Now he's like, not only is it a major operation in Rafah, it's our major operation in Rafah. Whatever, this goddamn cool. And then you probably saw this. Got up there and called President Zelensky President Putin. And mistakes happen, folks. Speaking live, off the cuff. It's hard for most people, not for me. I'm perfect. Most people can't do this shit. So I'm not faulting Biden for fucking up his words every once in a while, but you can tell how insecure he is about the whole thing. How cognizant he is of looking stupid, of making gaffes. I like to say the word gaffes, but people are always like, that's not how you pronounce that, Dusty. Fuck you and the gaffe. Making all kinds of gaffes. But he immediately tried to correct himself, but it just came off poorly, in my opinion.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. Who's going to beat President Putin? President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway,
yeah, I'm so focused, folks. That's the reason I fucked that up. It's not because I have Alzheimer's, not because I can't talk, not because I've lost a step. I'm just so hyper-focused hyper focus. Another Freudian slip. Another Freudian slip from Joe Biden. Anyways, he's bad.
Mr. President,
I'm better.
you are a hell of a lot better.
Thank you so much. Mr. President.
Yeah, all going swimmingly. You had to kill it. You had one job, President Biden. And then he called Vice President Kamala Harris Vice President Trump.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be Vice President.
No.
But I think she was not qualified to be president.
No. All of the wrong, all of the bad, all of the You're out of there, should be. So, folks, I watched the entire thing. First, he showed up way late. Everybody thought he had like a medical emergency or some shit and he was going to cancel. Then he showed up and, in my opinion, a rambling, incoherent mess. I was literally watching it. I was live tweeting some of it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, my God. This is a fucking train wreck. He sounded desperate, like an old man who realizes he's about to lose his job. And he's just doing anything he can to save it. He said the word anyway like 30 times. He would just ramble, and then he would realize he was rambling. He'd be like, anyway, next. So, didn't seem like a great performance to me. Seemed like he's definitely slower, quieter, missed a lot of steps. Here's part of it. He's bragging about how he's more popular in Israel than he is with Americans. I don't know why you'd be bragging about this. Why a foreign country loves you more than your own citizens. You're literally admitting that you don't work for us, that your loyalty lies in another country, and that's why you're so popular there as opposed to here. But
I mean, my numbers are better in Israel than they are here. But then again, they're better than a lot of other people here, too. But anyway, they love me over in Israel. They hate me here because I'm forcing all you guys to murder innocent children. I'm taking your tax dollars and I'm giving to a country that already has universal health care and free education, is the sixth happiest in the world. And while you guys are suffering, I am forcing you to pay for their terrorism. They love me over there. You guys hate me. Vote me president. These are excellent points I'm making. And then, not completely reassuring with everything he was saying, in my opinion.
Are you open to taking another physical or test before the election? Governor Whitmer of Michigan, for instance, said it wouldn't hurt to take a test.
Well, look, two things. One, I've taken 3 significant and intense neurological exams by a neurologist.
Somebody gave us some tests,
In
y'all.
each case as recent as February.
Oh, February.
They
That was
say I'm in
forever
good
ago.
shape. Okay?
So we can see you're
Although
not.
I
but
do
go ahead.
have a little problem with my left foot because it's not as sensitive because I broke my foot and didn't wear the boot.
I saw my left foot. It sucked.
But I'm good.
You're not.
I'm tested every single day about my neurological capacity to do decisions I make
And
every
you
day.
fail every day.
You talk to my staff. All of you talk to my staff. Sometimes my staff talks a lot. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think you have them telling you that all the major ideas we've undertaken haven't been in part initiated by me. I remember when the staff and I said, I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea back together again after essentially having hostilities toward one another since the end of World War II. I'm going to move and see that we can expand it, you know.
No, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That was rambling, incoherent nonsense, old man. What the fuck?
I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea. I'm going to go to South Korea.
We're going to go. What are you doing? And folks, for anybody that says he's fine, nothing has changed. This is literally 2 years ago, folks. 2 years ago, same man.
Republican, not a single one, House or Senate, voted for that legislation. We also passed once-in-a-generation investment in our nation's roads, highways, bridges, railroads, ports, airports, water systems, high-speed internet. We got a little help from Republicans, but not a lot, but enough to get it passed.
And now he sounds like this. I went over there to Japan and got the Korea and the chips, and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, anyway. It sounds totally fucking different. He had a stroke sometime in 2023, folks. Let's not gaslight ourselves and lie to ourselves. But hey, like I said, opinions varied, and I sort of feel like I'm taking crazy pills, y'all. Blue MAGA was out there in full fucking force, and they're like, killed it. Joe Rubin got 35,000 followers. This is a very strong performance. Quite frankly, POTUS is putting on a master class in how foreign policy and domestic policy intersect. He didn't know. Like, I listened to every bit of it. Everything he said was just basic bitch shit. It wasn't well spoken. He didn't lay it out well. He sucked. Explaining how crucial American global leadership is. Yeah, he said it was crucial. We already fucking know that. We already know NATO's a good idea. We already know that countries should combine together to have each other's fucking backs and stand up against brutal dictators. No shit. It's like Jordan Peterson telling you to wash your balls. I don't need to be told that. Well done, Mr. President. And this is the chorus by Blue MAGA everywhere. People mad at me for saying Blue MAGA. Get used to it. It ain't going nowhere. Blue MAGA is, of course, the term you use for Democrats who act towards Joe Biden exactly like Trump supporters act towards Donald Trump. He could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and they would still vote for him. It's still fine. Nothing to see here, folks. You're the problem. And Chris Jackson, a lot of folks owe Biden an apology. What the fuck you talking about, Chris D. Jackson? For what? No, we don't. That was not a good performance. I just don't understand, man. Brooklyn Dad Defiant, one of the mainstays in the Democratic Party, always shilling for Joe Biden. Anyone questioning President Biden's cognitive abilities, you can stop that shit now. Really? It's like we didn't watch the same goddamn speech. We're not even living in the same fucking universe. He stopped this reporter from mischaracterizing what he said about scheduling events earlier. Then he clapped at Trump, riding around on his golf cart. Oh, goody. Great answer. I could play this for you, but spoiler alert, it wasn't a great answer. It was terrible, like the rest of the sack of shit he laid upon us. Biden is fine, says the Palmer report. 533,000 followers. The media is in cognitive decline. Yeah, it's us, folks. We're the ones that have dementia, not Joe Biden. He's exactly the same as he's always been. It's us who need to go towards the light. We're not being gaslit at all, folks. These folks really know what's up. Chris D. Jackson. President Biden is doing a great job demonstrating a solid grasp of all the issues confronting our nation. He did not, in fact. There is no talk of sharks, windmills, cancers, or Hannibal Lecters, but he did meander around and talk a bunch of bullshit like this, and he said anyway 100 times, and it just seems like he was rambling nonsensical for a lot of it. It was, right? I'm proud of him. How about you? No, I have integrity, an expectation of excellence from our leaders at the very top of the ticket. That's just me, though. These people seem to be fine with whatever we get. He didn't poop himself. He didn't like glitch out and have a heart attack. So I guess good. People like this will watch Biden just barely make sense and be like, suck it. It's exactly what they did. Charlotte Clymer, bad news for many pundits and reporters. This has been a great presser for President Biden. His answers have been deeply informed. They weren't. It was so fucking basic. Nuanced. They weren't. And assertive. He was not assertive. He sounds like a commander-in-chief. He did not. He sounded like an old man ready to be put out to pasture. Who can see the whole board and knows the right moves? Devastating for his critics. Like, I'm almost hoping that I'm wrong here, folks. Because, like, I want Joe Biden to beat Donald Trump. But also, I don't want to be gaslit into believing things that I can see with my own fucking eyes that obviously aren't fucking true. So I'm a bit torn. Nothing's wrong, I'm torn. And bar as low as it can possibly fucking go. Sarah Reese Jones is like, Biden gets a double question. Oh my, a double question for the leader of the free world? How did he ever manage to handle that one on two different topics? Two? He got two double questions? That's like four. He remembers each question. Man, woman, camera, TV. Person, I forgot the person. Keeps them separate and doubles back to answer. This is not a president in decline only. I watched it, and it was. He was hugely, hugely in decline. Oh, well. Don't think about it. It's fine. It's fine. Just believe them. They have our best interests at heart, don't they? They don't. They're just cult members to Joe Biden and don't really give. Okay. Anyway, like a bunch of these Democratic mainstays who I've featured on the show before that I like, they had opinions that he did great. Here is incredibly popular Texas Paul talking about the speech that Joe Biden gave and why they're going to all vote for Biden regardless of how mentally deficient he clearly is.
Yeah, I'm watching after that press conference. I mean, it's obvious that President Biden understands policies. And I think everybody just wanted him to stop and call Donald Trump a bitch.
I didn't want any of that. I just wanted him to speak well, eloquently, not say anyway 100 million times, not make gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. And I wanted him to put out his position and case for being president a lot better than he fucking did. Yes, he tried it. Yes, he meandered and rambled, and some of it was okay if you just read the transcripts and didn't actually fucking watch it. But it wasn't good, Texas Paul.
I really do. But that aside, you got Jim Hines on being self-serving, talking about this, that, and the other, still continuing on with this Biden. He just stepped down thing. And you've got the news talking heads that don't realize they're just talking to each other. For us Democrats, it's really simple. President Biden is our nominee.
Not simple at all. Not to Blue MAGA, very simple. The rest of us are like, ooh, we like that meme where the guy's got his girl by him and he's turning around looking at the other girl, but the other girl is Kamala Harris. We waiting to suckle some coconut nipple milk.
If he was on life support, we are still going to vote.
That sounds exactly what a Donald Trumper would say. That's what they say. This is why we call you Blue MAGA. It sounds identical.
For President Biden. He was literally in a bed on life support. We're going to vote for president.
Okay, like if the only choices were Donald Trump and Joe Biden, yes, he was on life. Okay, fine. But that's not our only choice. We don't have to let the worst people in the country rule us. We can pick better candidates. What the F?
Biden. Because Donald Trump is unacceptable. He is utterly unacceptable.
Okay, this is a false
and
dichotomy.
The Democrats are doing a great job.
Oh my God, now how can you gaslight me like this, Texas Paul? The Democrats are not doing a great job. Holy fucking God. Read the room, motherfuckers. It's just getting crazy, y'all. Meanwhile, Chris Matthews, he older than Biden. He getting out there and he's stumping for Biden, y'all. But he speaks a million times better than Joe Biden here. I'd rather Chris Matthews be the fucking president.
Or to the great unknown for Democrats. Many Democrats appear willing to take that risk and see what's behind the door. What do you think?
Well, I think we have to look at all the facts, and one of the facts is Joe Biden. He's a fact. This guy has earned his way to this position in life, United States president. He got here the long way, 1972.
I don't give a shit about any of that. It's what have you done for me lately. It's if you're still up to the fucking job. If you can still express yourself well enough to bring other people over to your side, which is a hugely important part of being the president.
Against Caleb Boggs, a three-term congressman.
No one cares about your old man bullshit, Chris Matthews.
A two-term governor.
Yeah, he fought the dinosaurs. Super cool.
A two-term U.S. senator, and he beat him. He beat him well.
Yeah, back in the day.
And he rode around in a car the next day and was celebrated for having pulled that upset. Because
he rode around a car? Well, make this man president stat.
No television in Wilmington or Delaware. He put out literature the weekend before delivered by volunteers, which was a brilliant piece of literature. John Martilla did it. He is a politician who's been good at it. He's been reelected every time since then in Delaware with pretty healthy majorities. In life, he lost his wife and he lost his daughter, and he found Jill. Now, who's he going to listen to, Jill or George Clooney?
Or the American people, perhaps, I guess. Joe, probably.
I'm telling you, it's personal. He's had the elite, and it's so true about the elite.
Yeah, Joe Biden, lifelong Democrat politician, elected over and over again, definitely not part of the elite. President Joe Biden.
He is absolutely right about the elite. Look at President Obama. He served for 8 years loyally, and yet Obama backed Hillary Clinton for president and didn't back him.
What does that tell you? Didn't think Biden had the stuff.
But I hear he never even invited him upstairs.
Oh, no, didn't invite him upstairs. Oh, friendship's over, Obama.
He had a good reason to be resentful, but he isn't. He puts up with it with the elite. But right now, he's got the poor people. He's got minorities. He's got Hispanics. He's going to put out the labor. He's going to hold that base of the Democratic Party, which he will need in November. And I'm
losing him terribly. He is a genocider, a child murderer, and people bailing on him. Lickety-split.
I'm telling you, people are going to end up rooting for him in October because he will have a comeback. And in this elite...
We don't want a guy with a comeback. We want a person that can win. We don't need... It's not the bad news fucking Bears, okay? It's not some plucky kids playing softball down at the Sandlot, motherfucker. This is the big leagues.
Attack on him. They're going to pay for it, but in the end, they're going to end up voting for him. So I think Biden will be the little guy. He'll be the Democrat in this race, the true Democrat. And he's going to get people to turn for him in October. It's going to be stunning. He is not quitting. He is not.
So stunning. A whole bunch of copium there from Chris Matthews, but Chris Matthews speaking way better than Biden. If that tells you anything. And yeah, okay, so once again, this is why we call them Blue MAGA folks. Here's Weasel-ass David Pakman.
If President Biden has Parkinson's, so what? It makes no difference to me.
It makes a difference. Oh, my God. The president needs to be mentally fit. Y'all, he needs to be mentally fit. He needs to represent us well. He needs to be able to go up against world leaders and be a formidable foe. He needs to be able to speak well enough to bring people over to his side and debate ideas. That's what the fucking job is.
Would do nothing to dissuade me from voting for him.
I'm sure it would.
The progression of Parkinson's disease and these related Parkinsonian disorders, they really vary, but they are typically slow to progress. In the early stages, the first 3 years, you're talking about stiffness and sometimes mild tremors.
Or we could get somebody else, somebody younger that doesn't have Parkinson's. Is it me? Is it me or is it every fucking body else? I swear I'm about to flip the fuck out.
Minimal impact on daily.
Minimal impact if you fucking have Parkinson's.
Activities. Almost everyone in the first 3 years can perform whatever tasks they were previously performing. You then get into the middle years, 3 to 7 years, where symptoms get worse. It can take 15 years to get what would be called late-stage Parkinson's. So would it be a big story if the White House were hiding that Joe Biden has Parkinson's?
Yeah, it would.
It would.
Right.
It would. Does it have any bearing?
Yes.
Any bearing?
Yes, it does.
On how I would vote in November?
You? No. You're a fucking moron.
Absolutely none.
Yeah, you're a weasel,
if President
right?
Biden
you have no integrity. You don't have a fucking spine or a backbone. You are a sackless loser. So, yeah, obviously, Blue MAGA, you're going to be fucking fine. Rich, dickhead, Zionist, living up in fucking New York, racking in the cash. Yeah, you ain't going to fucking worry about it. Biden loses his ass to Donald Trump, you're going to be fine. Whackman. Meanwhile, gaslighting me on fucking MSNBC. Rachel Maddow.
Chris, and I won't go on at length. I will just say, though, you noted that there were some moments of, startlingly impressive command of the issues.
No, I did not notice that. I watched the entire thing. There was no startling command impressively of the issues. Dude knew less about everything that I know, and I got a 9th grade education from Mississippi. Ain't my job to sit around with pointy-headed nerds and learn this shit all fucking day. Yeah, I'm speaking it better than Joe Biden. I know much more about it than he fucking does. That should not be the case. I should not be better than the President of the United States. I'm a moron.
this is just my opinion, he is not only strong on foreign policy.
He wasn't. They asked him, hey, but what you said before about your plans, you promised us that it wouldn't bring China and Russia together, and it did. You were wrong. What are you going to do to keep China and Russia apart? And he was like, oh, well, the NATO allies, that they went down to China, and sometimes the Chinese think that they going to get some investment, but they may not get the investment I think. They didn't say shit, man. It was ridiculous.
It's just fundamentally right on foreign policy in the way that he talks about it.
Fundamentally right, dude. Murdered tens of thousands of goddamn Palestinian children. He's gonna lose the fucking election because he's lost so many young people, so many Muslims, so many progressives. Could not be fucking wronger. What you doing, Rachel Maddow?
And again, your mileage may vary. That is how I feel about the way he talks about our relationship with our allies and our relationship with NATO. You can hear his command of the issues, particularly.
All he fucking said was, we need a strong NATO. I've been a good leader of NATO. We need people to stand up against people like Vladimir Putin. That's all he fucking said. It could not have been any more basic, bitch. And if this is the bar, this is what impresses you motherfuckers, we are goddamn doomed.
Particularly in his asides, like mentioning as an offhand way that it was Turkey really that needed really to be talked into.
Oh, he remembered a factoid offhand. Wow.
Expansion of NATO that included Finland and Sweden. Talking about the numbers of Russian troop losses in Ukraine. Talking about the fact that he turned in his notes after he spoke privately with President Xi, alluding to the fact that Trump had all those weird meetings with the Russians and Putin in which he had no note taker present. I mean, it's even in the little asides where it just shows you he is a master of the foreign policy field and has been for...
Literally, there was no mastering of foreign policy in that speech. It's just the craziest fucking shit. Literally didn't say one word that you could pull some loser off the fucking street that could just ramble off the top of his head. Just maddening. And then, folks, here's our blue MAGA. These are the folks calling for Biden to quit. Gosh, if there was only something they all had in common. Yeah, look at these racist white motherfuckers. Clearly, they're all racist white people who checks notes, wants the old white guy, Joe Biden, to step down and have the black woman be president. Oh my God, you racist! Try to get rid of the old white guy and put a black woman in his place. Can't get any more racist than you. Just good God, it's so stupid. Make it make sense. And then now they're threatening folks. These are the same people finger wagging. Muslims. I know that you don't like the fact that he murdered your entire family, but what you gonna do? Let Trump win? You better vote for Biden anyway. All the finger wagging, all the shaming. Now they're claiming if we don't pick Joe Biden as our nominee, they ain't gonna vote for anybody. What I'm hearing, many Democrats are privately telling me that if the elite succeed in sidelining our president, they won't vote in November. They argue that any party that undermines democracy in this way doesn't deserve their support. Yeah. If there's one thing the Democratic Party never does, it's undermine democracy. What up, Bernie? Better think long and hard, folks. Yeah, where to threaten us? Better think long and hard. We have you guys over a barrel. We're going to put Trump in office if you don't acquiesce to our demands. That's terrorism. Blue MAGA, 100% doing the terrorism thing. Seems bad. Wasn't all roses for Joe Biden. I'm not going to cover a bunch of them. A few people didn't like it, folks. A few good videos. First off, here's an anti-Biden screen, not specifically about the speech last night, but very beautifully said about the Democratic Party and Blue MAGA and how they're gaslighting us and how they don't actually believe anything they fucking say. So there are two things. There are what you say you believe and then what you do. And what you do actually proves what you believe. What you say doesn't fucking mean shit if your actions prove otherwise. Case in point, I'm not going to play all this, but.
This message is for Democrats, and I really hope that a Democrat sees this. Just one, even one, a lawmaker, one of you in Congress or the Senate. I really want you to get this message from your constituents, okay? You creeps and cretins are going to be the reason why Trump wins in November. I don't care how much you want to fearmonger about Project 2025. It is very clear by polling, oh, no, we had a primary. Shut the fuck up. Everyone knows that that's bullshit. And why don't you ask voters
Talking to
what
you,
they're thinking
motherfucker.
now? 70% of voters, all voters, think that he should step down. Now, I know you guys just want to run the same Weekend at Bernie's playbook and just prop him up like you did with Dianne Feinstein and RBG, but that's not going to work this time. Every single one of you know that he needs to go, but you are too cowardly to say it. You would rather lose to Donald Trump, the one you claim is threatening American democracy. But you don't believe that, bitch, because if you really believe that, you wouldn't be risking our future on keeping him at the top of the ticket. You have all your paid apparatchiks and operatives going out to gaslight everyone and pretend that there's nothing to see here. And it's like, you know, you really don't have to do this, okay? Even if Biden loses, Jamie Harrison, you're gonna be fine. You can just go back to your lobbying job at Bank of America or wherever the fuck you were selling yourself out to before.
David Pakman.
No one should be taking advice or analysis from people like Harry Sisson or whatever the fuck his name is, because those people are going to be fine no matter what happens to the country or the party. They are paid to be those spokespeople. These people don't give a fuck about the country. Most of these people will be perfectly content living in an autocracy so long as they got to play opposition on TV.
Yeah.
Amy McGrath's race, the show's right there. They don't really care about losing as long as they're raising money. It has been reported multiple times that every single person in Congress thinks that he should step down, but all of you are too fucking cowardly to come.
Does sound exactly like me for 6 months ago. I wonder if she watches the show. Probably not. It's probably just my immense influence on all of society. And then another counterpoint.
You said that your question and comment were in good faith, so I'm going to answer it like it is.
Says, and I mean no hate. I'm just curious if you guys understand what's going to happen if Trump wins. Yes, we understand much better than you do, clearly.
A lot of people have shared this sentiment and keep saying, well, don't you understand what's going to happen if Trump wins? And I keep asking back, yeah, I do. Do you? Biden's approval rating right now is at 36%. And this is not just one poll. This is an aggregate of many polls. And it has been consistent like this for months. Never in the history of the country has a president with a 36% approval rating won re-election. And that's what all these people and pundits and Democratic operatives who keep coming out to gaslight everyone fail to understand or acknowledge. He's not going to beat Trump. The people that are continuing to tell us that we're not seeing what we're seeing are only enabling Trump and enabling the fascism. And then when Biden loses, everyone's going to be like, can you believe that? These polls have been historically accurate. And no matter how many times Biden pulls a Trump and does poll denial, won't make it any less true. He also refuses to get a medical test that he's going to release. You know who else did that? Trump. He had a press conference tonight where he referred to his vice president as Trump. And then earlier today, he referred to Zelensky, the president of Ukraine,
You want to cause a purge?
Putin,
This is how you cause a purge. This is going to cause people to ride to the streets, but whatever. Whatever, definitely sounds like me. And so I guess here's my message to the Blue MAGA. I have people that are very close to this show, people that are no longer associated with this show because they do not like me calling out Joe Biden. They think that we are trying to get Trump elected. But here's the deal. Can't you at least try to accept the fact, even if you don't want to hold Joe Biden at all responsible for the tens of thousands of children murdered, for the genocide going on in Palestine, which he clearly is very, very, very much to blame. He's sending the bombs over there. He's sending his staff out to the UN to make sure he vetoes any chance of holding them accountable for it. He's going out directly gaslighting us, spreading their bullshit talking points. He's sending his minions out to gaslight us, to do everything they can to make sure they can continue the ethnic cleansing going while he literally funds it. So he definitely is responsible. But even if you don't believe he was responsible, or like you pretend like you don't believe it, that's what they mostly do. They know it's true, but they don't really care. They don't really care about the Palestinian people that much. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, they wish you stop, but it's not a deal breaker. Even if you feel that way, can't you at least, in good faith, accept the fact that there are a lot of people that do feel that way? A lot of people that do feel like he is responsible for the child murders and will never, ever, ever vote for him, regardless of how much you finger wag them. You can threaten them with Donald Trump all you want to, but they are not going to vote for him. They have a moral code that will not allow them to vote for a person who murdered tons of their friends and family, right? Can't you accept that this is a possible reality? And therefore, if that is true, he is not the best person to beat Donald Trump. Perhaps there is somebody else that does not have this baggage. Perhaps Kamala Harris. And that it is not us who are trying to take him out simply because he stutters or he can't talk, but because we truly believe he doesn't have a very good chance of beating Donald Trump, and we want to do everything we can to make sure Donald Trump doesn't win. Maybe that'll reach some of you. I don't know, though. Meanwhile, John Fetterman all in. He's sending out fundraiser emails. Hi, David, it's John Fetterman. I refuse to join the vultures on Joe Schroeder following the debate. No one knows more than me, everybody knows more than you, that a rough debate is not the sum total of a person and their record. We should have listened to your bad debate performances, if only. 90 minutes on stage can erase the Biden administration's 3.5 years of accomplishments, but it can shake our confidence that he has the ability to do the job, has the ability to beat Donald Trump, can actually continue in his position and be successful. Yes, it can, absolutely. He's had major declines in the last year, and it's noticeable. You can't gaslight us about it. Meanwhile, murder happened from Dr. Jill Stein. Oh, my God. I know that she has no shot at being president, but I would vote for her in a heartbeat over Joe Biden. Joe Biden's like, Google Project 2025. Jill Stein's like, Google Free Palestine. To which Jamie Harrison, Google Putin's puppet. You're a puppet for Putin, Jill Stein. To which Jill Stein responds, Google Jamie Harrison, Podesta Group, lobbyist for Bank of America, Boeing, BP, Lockheed Martin, Walmart, and Wells Fargo. Murder. You just got murdered, Jamie Harrison. You have to delete your Twitter account. That's the rules. Holy God, dead man walking. Might want to keep your fucking mouth shut, stooges. But I will hand it, folks. All this talk of Joe Biden is shielding Donald Trump from a lot of the major criticism he should be taking. Like these two breaking news stories. Breaking news, U.S. President Joe Biden mistakenly introduces Ukrainian Zelensky as President Putin at NATO event. All right, it's a gaffe. Looks bad. But then you have breaking news. Donald Trump's lawyers are urging a judge to overturn his hush money conviction and dismiss the case after the Supreme Court's immunity ruling. Yeah, way worse. Way worse. Not even in the same goddamn universe. If Joe Biden would just fucking step aside, we can start focusing on the issues again. Everybody's asking me, folks, is there anything that Joe Biden could do to win you back over, to get your vote, Dusty? And yes, I am very simple to please. All he has to do is release this campaign ad.
Bernie was right. The ultra-rich are fucking up society for everyday Americans. That's why I'm proposing a national billionaire hunt. That's right, folks. We're going after the big game. I'm talking about a nationwide manhunt. We're going to bag us some billionaires. That's why I'm running for re-election. Some people might say, isn't this just class warfare? And to them, I say, yeah, it is. But who says class warfare can't be fun? This shouldn't be a red or blue issue. It's time to put on our big boy pants and big girl pants and big they-them pants and say enough is enough. We're going to take back our country one billionaire at a time. Take the shot. Let's call it The Purge, Billionaire Edition.
Did somebody say The Purge?
Let's finish this job. I know we can. Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em! Woo! Purge, baby! Did you get your purge mask yet? We're not actually purging. It's just a fun thing to do, just to be edgy and provocative. And you know me, baby. Love to be edgy and provocative. Hells yeah. Somebody said, Dusty, who are you going to purge? And I was like, 95% of my audience, clearly, unfortunately for me. And meanwhile, doing everything they can to crush the momentum Kamala Harris has been building up. First off, you guys know where the quote, unburdened by what has been came from? That is the new catchphrase that is sweeping the nation. Kamala Harris, become unburdened by what has been. Here's where it came from, folks.
And I grew up then in a community like this one, where the people who were raising us, I look at Devin, I think about my childhood. We grew up in a community of people who, when we were young, they told us literally, you are young, gifted, and black. They taught us that we could do anything and should never be burdened by the limitations of other people to be able or not be able to see what can be. And this is that community who understands and can see what is possible unburdened by what has been. We collectively, I know, were raised and taught to understand we have a duty to serve in the fight for freedom, opportunity, and justice for all.
And I want to be unburdened by what has been, folks. And then I think this was yesterday. She gave this speech yesterday. Let's watch just a little bit of it. Definitely more with it together, eloquent than corpse Joe Biden.
We simply know we cannot count on Donald Trump to help keep America and Americans safe, not here at home and not on the world stage. And yes, I am also talking then about national security. This week, our president, Joe Biden, is...
That was not word salad at all. If you didn't understand that, that's 100% on you, because I understood every word of what she just said. She's talking about how when you're in the black community and there are expectations put on you about what you can achieve and what you can't achieve because of your blackness, and how she was taught to overcome that, and that they can overcome that, and working together they can do and be anything they want to be, regardless of the preconceived notions of other people. If you didn't understand that, that is not her problem.
Hosting more than 30 global leaders in Washington, D.C. for the NATO summit. Now, NATO is the greatest military alliance the world has ever known.
That's basically what Joe Biden said yesterday, and they were like, he is a genius on foreign policy. It's just the simplest fucking bullshit. No, I was not banned from live streaming. They told me I was banned, and then I checked it, and it turned out that they forgot to implement the ban. So, yoink, here I am, baby. Meanwhile, latest polls. Harris 49, Donald Trump 46. They pushed Kamala for 1 week, and she's already beating Donald Trump in the polls, folks. 1 week of positive press is all it took. Imagine 4 months having her at the head of the ticket, pushing the shit out of her. Just saying. Couldn't be any worse. Meanwhile, you know who loves Kamala Harris? The Utes. The Utes out there in love. But also at the same time, this video is possibly a parody. I don't even think they know anymore. I think it's kind of a combination of serious and joking. That's what the new generation does. So much so that they can't even tell what's funny from what's reality. Case in point, this pro-Kamala commercial this young lady put out.
So what I am is coconut pill.
And what does that mean to young voters like yourself?
I understand what can be.
And so you would like for Joe Biden to drop out and Kamala Harris to be the nominee, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're a former Bernie bro, is that true?
I supported Bernie in 2020, yeah.
But now you're a member of the K-Hive.
No. The K-Hive is what has been. We are unburdened by what has been. But at the same time, we understand we exist in the context of all that in which we live and what came before us. So it's different.
Okay, help me understand what a Kamala Harris presidency could bring that a Joe Biden presidency could not.
Full sentences, mostly. Words in an order that makes sense. Sometimes, most of the time.
And help me understand the context. Where did this movement come from?
You think it just fell out of a coconut tree?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you're being serious or not.
Me either.
Youth voter, coconut pilled, thank you for coming on the program.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't know if it's a joke or not. None of us do. Yes, the audio sucks. They're just kids. That's what all my videos sound like before I became a pro, baby. Never have any audio problems anymore. It's awesome to be me. So anyway, that's my coverage of riding with Biden and the big boy speech. What do you guys think about that shit? Let me know in the chat. Leave your comments if you're watching on replay. Definitely. It looks out of sync. Not my problem, baby. I didn't do it this time. It's funny. I get it because I'm neurodivergent. I'm assuming you meant neuro and not Nero, but I'm also neurodivergent. Fuck that guy, right? It's a joke. I know it's a joke, but it's also a joke mixed in with the fact that they want Kamala Harris a lot more than they want Joe Biden. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. Got to read between the lines, y'all. The whole coconut pill thing. It's like, yes, it's a joke, but also we want to be coconut pilled. Both things can be true at the same time. Yes, it's the same girl in the wig. I understand that, yes. Not looking forward to another 4 years of Trump. Nope, me either. I've done everything I can to fight the fuck out of it. And I'm the bad guy somehow. What you gonna do? And all right, folks, get your super chats in. Support the world's greatest show and the Floating Cats and me. So I keep doing this. Gonna read them all after the next section. But first, woo. And first off, Rudy Giuliani in the find out stage of fuck around and find out. So he decided he didn't want to be part of the court case where they were suing him. So he's like, I don't even have to participate. Fuck y'all. And so they found him guilty and he owed millions of dollars. And then he's like, I'm just going to file for bankruptcy. That'll protect my ass from having to pay off the people that I slandered. And so he did that. And then he was supposed to be reporting stuff. And he's like, I don't have to participate in my bankruptcy case. I can just do what the fuck I want to do. I'm Rudy Giuliani, baby. 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. And turns out that's not true because the judge is like, well, you didn't do any of the things you were supposed to do when you were granted bankruptcy protection. So I am removing your bankruptcy protection. So Rudy Giuliani just lost his bankruptcy protection. So his creditors can go directly after him now. Oh, well, that's what you fucking get, Rudy. If you are your own lawyer, you have a fool for a client. That's what they say. Meanwhile, Trump pedophiles went super viral everywhere on account of, you guys remember when he raped the 12-year-old girl who came out and said that Trump raped her and her friend, and then she filed lawsuits, and then she got threatened by Trump and Trump stooges, and then so she withdrew it, and then later on she made a video, and they threatened her, and they threatened her, and they threatened her, and then it turns out he was all over Jeffrey Epstein's documents, all up in his Lolita Express airplane, all up in his phone conversation notes, had many pieces of contact information, all kinds of videos, him hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, commenting about Jeffrey Epstein hanging out with underage girls, talking about how he knew special inside information about Prince Philip molesting children, said that he wants Ghislaine Maxwell to do very well, wishes her well, and remember all that shit? Well, anyway, yeah, he's a pedophile, apparently. And so Trump pedophiles was trending all over X/Twitter. But here's the rub, folks. Here's the society we live in. We literally have the richest man in the world bought up one of the most important social media websites in the world. And now he is using his position to delete tens of thousands of Trump pedophile posts in order to protect Donald Trump from the accurate accusations that he's a pedophile. Here's Mr. Free Speech Elon Musk, folks. The elite covering up for each other so that we can't know what the fucking truth is. Meanwhile, all the Trumpers mad at drag queens, I guess, for reading stories to children. Gonna literally vote for a fucking pedophile. Just the dumbest motherfuckers on the goddamn planet. And yes, as I was saying, Elon is purging Trump pedophile posts from Twitter. Not the only one saying that. Lots of people. Elon Musk now deleted over 100,000 Trump pedophile posts. What happened to free speech? It was always bullshit. Would you guys quit doing that? I'm getting irritated now. Stop it. That's not a fucking scratching post. It's a monitor. Don't do that again. And what happened to MSM media? Like, they're not going to cover it. Why would they? Even if it was covered, you wouldn't see it because it wouldn't be allowed on Twitter. So then after he was removing all of the pedophiles posts, they started trending Musk pedophiles. Yeah, Musk pedophiles. Elon can keep deleting the posts, but he can't change the fact that Trump is a rapist, a convicted felon, and a child predator. Epstein boys stick together. Yes. Grim as grim can be, I must say. So why is it that Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is covering up for a pedophile, Donald Trump, and his Epstein connection? Well, it turns out, folks, that we have circumstantial evidence that Elon Musk might also be one of Jeffrey Epstein's clients and super pedophile. This is real. This came out in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, that Jeffrey Epstein sent a email to Elon Musk, and the email said this, folks. From Elon Musk, from Jeffrey Epstein, first of all. Jeffrey Epstein says, Elon, were you able to meet up with Ghislaine at Kung Fu practice Saturday? Kung Fu practice. Did you meet up with Ghislaine at Kung Fu practice? All right. Now, folks, you QAnon people say that cheese pizza is a symbol for pedophilia, that pepperoni pizza is a different symbol for pedophilia, all that. You think that Kung Fu practice might be a code for something? I don't know. And Elon says, I did, thank you. I had Kung Fu practice with Ghislaine Maxwell on Saturday. Confirmed. So, yeah, total pedophiles. That's what's happening here, folks. He's covering up for Donald Trump because he doesn't want it to be revealed what he did. They're all fucking pedophiles. Remember, they're all telling you, all the elites are all pedophiles, child raping, blood drinking pedophiles, but not like this. Those are our guys. Our guys. Fucking smoking gun evidence. Just doesn't look like anything to me. Ignore it. Anyway, folks, regardless of how much I shit on Joe Biden, we shouldn't shit on Joe Biden because he's a fucking disaster. Never let anybody tell you that his cognitive decline is any worse than Donald Trump's. Yes, his voice sounds worse. Yes, Trump sounds more energetic. Yes, Trump, low bar, speaks slightly more eloquently, but he's still a rambling, incoherent mess who fucks up everything and everybody's name continuously.
I think he should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronnie Johnson, does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor. How good did Elise Stepanek do? You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel, and he's doing great. Jimmy Connors is Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy.
Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia.
There was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve. It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates's fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick. By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley. You know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. We have some of our great...
Anyway, another 2 minutes of that, folks. Fucking up everything, everywhere, always. Both these guys way too old to be anywhere near the presidency. Meanwhile, he's still claiming, folks, he don't know nothing about no Project 2025. What is Project 2025? I mean, yeah. 90% of the people that I hang around every single day are members of Project 2025, and they are putting together this plan that is completely revolved around me and everything they're going to do for our country. Yet they've never mentioned it to me ever once. All these people that I hang out with all day long who have this secret plan that revolves completely around me. Never heard of it. What even is Project? How do you even say these words? Project 2525? I don't even know. But yeah, a CNN review found at least 140 people who work for him are involved. Obvious fucking lead. Not only that, he was giving a shout out to the project not too long ago. Trump caught cheering extremist project he says he knows nothing about. On Thursday, MSNBC dug up a clip from 2022 of Trump expressing some pretty convincing familiarity with the people behind 2025 and potentially hinting at knowing that the document was in the works. Our country is going to hell. The critical job of institutions such as Heritage to lay the groundwork, Trump stumbled, and Heritage does such an incredible job at that, Trump added, stumbling again. They're going to lay the groundwork and detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do and what your movement will do when the American people give us a colossal mandate to save America, and that's coming, Trump said, seemingly to imply Project 2025, because of fucking course he was. This is the Heritage Project's project. Which brings me to the next story, folks. Let's hit the random headline generator. Stop. A group of gay hackers called the Gay Furry Hackers has hacked Project 2025's website. Oh my! Apparently they've obtained information about who's behind the plan, and it turns out it's all Trump people. We already knew this, of course. An estimated 80% of Project 2025 are Trump aides and advisors. So here we go. Gay Fury hackers feud with Heritage Foundation exec. No, I don't even know what they released. I don't think they released anything interesting. It's just interesting that they fucking did it. A collection of self-proclaimed gay Fury hackers that targeted the conservative Heritage Foundation to protest Project 2025 has posted chat logs between one of its hackers and a Heritage executive, Mark Howell. In a conversation over the message app Signal, Howell said the Heritage Foundation was in the process of identifying and outing members of your group and working with the FBI. Closeted Furies will be presented to the world for the degenerate perverts they are, say the guy from Project 2025. Howell told one of Siege Sect's leaders, who goes by the handle Vio, "Your means are minuscule compared to mine. You now can either turn yourself in or you can cooperate." They sound like Bond villains. Howell, who confirmed that the chat logs were accurate to the Daily Dot, is the executive director for the Heritage Foundation's Oversight Project and a former Trump administration official. Siege Sect also provided screenshots of the discussion of The Intercept. Howell started the conversation with the questions about why Siege Sect targeted the Heritage Foundation. What is it that you are seeking or threatening, he asked. We want to make a message that and shine light on who exactly supports the Heritage Foundation, Vio responded. We don't want anything more than that, not money and not fame. We strongly against Project 2025 and everything the Heritage Foundation stands for. When it posted a small cache of Heritage Foundation files on Tuesday, SiegeSec said it was part of a campaign against organizations that oppose trans rights. On Wednesday, a Heritage spokesperson told The Intercept that the foundation's own systems were not breached and that SiegeSec stumbled upon a 2-year-old archive of the Daily Signal website that was available on a public-facing website owned by a contractor. So anyway, now they're threatening them. They're telling the Gay Furies, are you aware that you won't be able to wear a furry tiger costume where you are getting pounded in the ass in a federal prison I put you in next year? Rape threats. Super cool. Anyway, obviously, Heritage Foundation is the worst among us. So, of course, they are responsible for Project 2025 that Trump also knows every fucking thing about. And last but not least, this story on CHUD Watch. Not just a civil war going on in the Democratic Party, folks. Also the conservative movement civil warring amongst themselves. This time, it's Jordan Peterson against not just the Groypers, which is Nick Fuentes' group, but all kinds of Utes. The Utes in the conservative movement are now turning against their daddy, Jordan Peterson. So why? Why are they doing this? Oh, well, it turns out, and you're going to laugh. Remember when Jordan Peterson said he was a free speech absolutist? He said his entire personality, his entire message was defending free speech regardless of what he had to do, that compelled speech is the most evil thing in our society, and he would die. before he would give up his free speech. Well, it turns out, yeah, that was all bullshit. It only counted when it was about trans people. It was just about bigotry. It really had nothing to do with free speech, because now Jordan Peterson wants anybody who criticizes Israel to be banned on social media. In fact, he wants it to go a step further. He wants anonymity to be ended on all of social media, where you have to verify you are who you say you are so you can be punished for the things you say on social media. Here he is explaining it to newly minted Christian Russell Brand.
The biggest problem that I can see is that the large online platforms allow anonymous troll demons to rampage through society with no cost to themselves. And I can identify these people quite accurately now. This will make a number of the people who are watching and listening uncomfortable, because they'll be in the list of people who do this sort of thing. So
now he's going to start insulting all the incels, which are the foundation of everything he's built his platform on. But now he's got to insult you and your ability to get women, because you might not want children in Palestine to be murdered with our tax dollars.
The first thing is they have an anonymous name. The second thing is the anonymous name usually has something psychologically significant about it in a very negative direction. So it's self-denigrating, or it's demonic, or it's otherwise offensive, and purposefully so. And then the people who are utter cowards, likely to be narcissists and Machiavellians, resentful people sitting in their basement at home.
I love it as he describes narcissist Russell Brand grinning his ass off. Knows 100% he's talking about Russell Brand.
Resentful people sitting in their basement at home, dwelling on their misery and doing everything they can to spew toxicity out into the world. Alone in their bedrooms, they're just isolated people who aren't causing any trouble. But as soon as they multiply themselves millions of times using this incredible, powerful computer technology, they're not even human anymore. In my estimation, they're literally a demonic force. And I mean that in a technical sense, right?
So technical.
You and I aren't exactly you and I in this conversation, because we're amplified hundreds of times or thousands of times or hundreds of thousands of times. And so we're not just human. We're androids in some sense, operating in a virtual space. Totally. And these online trolls have that power because they have access to an audience that they would never gather by their own merits. They are saying things that are derisive and inflammatory, and that would absolutely 100% get them punched if they ever said it in public. Imagine that there's a hierarchy of unconstrained people, and there's a variety of people who are very unconstrained, but in normal social discourse would be able to keep themselves under control because of the controls that are there in normal social discourse.
Because super alpha male tough guys like Jordan Peterson would punch you in the face if you said the wrong thing. Jordan Peterson, I would slap the fucking taste at your mouth. All right? You are not a tough guy. You're a 98-pound weakling.
You lift those controls and they just go off. And so that's what we're seeing online. And that has to be stopped. I think the large tech companies should be required to put in know your customer laws. They should ban anonymous accounts, but in this way. Imagine that you have a section for comments where it's real human.
Ban them all. Fuck your free speech. Fuck your anonymity. Jordan Peterson, daddy, has spoken. And then, they were like, oh, well, he's a Zionist shill. Obviously, he is trying to get rid of our free speech for Israel. I mean, I know he said that he was all about free speech, baby, free speech, but Israel doesn't count. Obviously, we have to be slaves to Israel, let them take away all our freedoms and worship them, suck their dick all day long. I mean, that's a given, right? That goes without saying. We already knew that. Here he is, the Bibi Netanyahu, licking those balls. And then his daughter, free speech absolutist and banger of Andrew Tate, Michaela Peterson, got on there to try to explain away why they want to ban Nick Fuentes and anybody who speaks out against Israel.
Anyway, Nick Fuentes, I don't know because I don't care, a well-known anti-Semitic boy went after me along with his thousands of anti-Semitic followers because I said that people who use the hashtag filth or rats when referring to an entire nation of people should be censored. Like I said, this was after I got attacked for retweeting a medical doctor who had the original anti-Semitic post. Retweeting it.
Don't get it twisted, folks. She had a good reason to call for censorship.
In a negative way. Again, I meant these people's content shouldn't be pushed by the algorithm. I shouldn't have said censored. And Nick Fuentes responds with, you know, your dad called me a rat. And I would like to clarify, I think calling individuals rats.
That was different, okay? He wasn't talking about Jewish people. You were talking about Jewish people. So you can say it about anybody in the world, anybody you want to, except for Jewish people.
Rats or whatever is fine, particularly if they are rat-like. I think it's different when you're referring to an entire nation of people as rats that have been subject to, say, Hitler less than 100 years ago, when the Nazis of the 1930s also referred to those people as rats as a tactic to breed disgust.
The Holocaust, y'all.
So yeah, I think referring to Jews as rats is completely different than referring to Nick Fuentes as a rat. And if you can't understand the differentiation, I can't help. Social media really allows views to propagate unnaturally. If some of these anti-Semitic tweets were spoken in an ordinary public setting, the individual would be being punched. But then these views grow and their followers go out into public thinking everyone agrees with that view. I don't think freedom of speech is the same thing as being pushed by an algorithm. I shouldn't have to go on TikTok to hide propaganda pushed by the Chinese government, and I don't want to go on X to hide Nazi posts from my feed. Now,
sounds woke as fuck!
Nothing against Elon here. I think there are bots or fake accounts behind a lot of this, and possibly funding from Iran, and I know he's trying to get that under control.
What the fuck? Like 90% of Elon Musk's subscribers are bots. The fuck you talking about? Anyway, people are nonplussed. A friend watched this video and provided a response as follows. I grant Mr. Peterson distinction. Strictly speaking, referring to individuals as rats is different than referring to a group as rats. Thus, I shall refer to each and every individual Jew as a rat. These are the white supremacists. Is this N-word trans? Not that I know of, but that would explain the Andrew Tate thing. She looked like a man. Yeah, here's your people. Here is the audience you've cultivated, the 4chan trolls, and now you're turning against them and they're turning against you. I fucking love it. It's a thing of beauty. So the next thing you know, Jordan Peterson discovers a huge section of his audience are these incel 4chan trolls. So he basically freaks out on Twitter and puts out this tweet.
Hey, Nazi troll rats! Anonymously troubling your anti-Semitism doesn't rescue you from your mother's basement, or from the demon of resentment, or make you more attractive to women who take one look at you and shudder, and rightly bloody so. You are despicable bottom-rung cowards, using Gaza, Hamas as camouflage for your detestable cluster B psychopathy, narcissism, Machiavellian, and of course, sadism. I've got your number, you pathetic tantrum toddlers. You don't even have the courage of genuine bullies. You Cheeto dust-covered, sweat-stained white t-shirt hide behind your mommy's scum. Disgust is wasted upon you. Yep, you're all pathetic tantrum-throwing toddlers. Unlike him, he's definitely not throwing a big boy tantrum in any way, are you? And then, yep. All the red pill groypers turning against him, folks. They are mad, upset. I'm going to play the very, very first of this video, but this is a right-wing, incel, toxic troll, dickhead show. And here's what they think about their daddy, Jordan Peterson, now.
Hey, everybody. Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here. And I have been blocked by Jordan Peterson alongside, well, what it looks to be about half of Twitter. I'm not sure. Because the so-called free speech champion, the hero of the mainstream alternative media cult, who claims that he is against censorship and pro-free speech and an absolutist when it comes to free speech, wants to censor anyone that criticizes Israel. And if you criticize Israel, he says that you are ugly and can't pick up women. This is a guy that allegedly is really good at debating. So I wanted to do a quick little video on what's going on here. It's a total downfall. I wrote on Twitter here at World Alt Media, where you could go and follow me, by the way. I said, was it something I said? The mainstream alternative media hero, Jordan Peterson, is having a public mental breakdown again as he rushes to call for censorship of anyone who says anything negative about Israel, screaming Nazi like every SJW every time someone says something against his boss at the Daily Wire's sick narrative, how the mighty have fallen. I mean, this guy has been a mess for years. Again, he also promoted the vac.
Yeah, but you guys have been supporting for years. You guys ain't caught him out. You guys shit on people like me for pointing out what a goddamn train wreck he is. But now you're finally getting it. Welcome to me from 8 years ago.
He was totally out in left field here, and it's just getting worse. And now, in protection of his daughter, he is just digging himself in a deeper hole. And everyone's messaging me. I've been blocked. Jeff Berwick was blocked a while ago. And it just kind of seems par for the course at this point, as we also see, him push stuff like this. This is why I got blocked, by the way. He wrote, "Hey, not
awesome." Anyway, let them kill each other. It is a thing of beauty. The right is eating itself, and that is my Chud Watch. Fuck yes. And hey, folks, if you're watching this video right now, and you clearly are, shut up, Dusty. That wasn't even me talking that time. Hey, if you look at the description of this video, you click on more. First thing you learn is this show happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. I don't know what your time zone is. Figure it the fuck out. YouTube has me shadow banned, as well as Facebook, as well as Twitter. And when I put out my videos, it only tells less than 5% of my subscribers that my video was out. It'll tell you Tim Pool's video is out, even not subscribed to him, but it doesn't tell you my video is out. That's because I am shadow banned. So just know this show happens, if I'm not banned, like I was supposed to be, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Just show up, please. Mark it on your calendars, but hit the subscribe button and the bell button, hit the like button. All that stuff helps the algorithm be more likely to show you that my show's on. More importantly, go sign up to my Patreon. The very first link in the description of the video is to my Patreon, patreon.com/podcast. And when you click on it, the very first link is to become a member. It's whatever you can afford, as low as $1 a month, but hopefully you'll donate more. If you like my show and you want to see me keep doing it, if you watch a couple of shows a week of mine, please consider chipping in. Because if you don't support the art that you like, it just disappears. I could literally disappear any day now, and you'll be sad. And also, you get access to the after party, which is happening directly after this show tonight. And we have a lot of stuff to cover, all the way from here, all the way down to here is the after party tonight. It's the show after the show where the fun stuff happens. So get your ticket in my Patreon. Help out me and the Floating Kitties. Thank you in advance. And now let's read the super chats. What we got tonight? Big money, no whammies. Rebecca Poise. Who knew the fate of democracy would be saved by superhero gay furry hackers? I always suspected that, to be honest with you. The more you know, we love the thumbnail. I didn't think the thumbnail was that great tonight. I did the thumbnail in ChatGPT. So I have I'm paying monthly subscriptions to Leonardo AI and Midjourney, but I've used all my hours with both those services. They reset on the 15th, which is Monday, so I'm waiting. So I had this one done with ChatGPT, so it wasn't as good as my normal thumbnails, in my opinion. But like, this show's expensive to do, folks. I have to have all kinds of subscriptions to all kinds of AI services, and I work my ass off. I work my ass off typing and hitting the button. You don't even know. My finger cramp a little bit. Not this one. A little bit of cramp. Anyway, I don't even want to burden you with my hardships, but it's brutal. Ideal paradox, Biden can just overthrow the election like Trump tried to do. If Biden's not a criminal enough to do it, then he is the only candidate to vote for. I mean, he could do it, but he won't do it. But he's not the only candidate to vote for. He's not the only candidate that wouldn't do that either. Lots of other people wouldn't do that. We need to find somebody that's going to win. If he can win, fine. I mean, not fine because of, the child murders, but, and Mr. Anderson, welcome to Dust Buddies. Hey, yeah, if you guys want to go to Dust Buddy, it's a great way to get a ticket to the after party. There's a button over here to become a member. If you are a member of the Dust Buddies, check the membership section of YouTube to find your ticket to tonight's after party, and spam the chat with impunity, Mr. Anderson. You did it. And Jason Ashby, 5. That's also a great way to get a ticket. Jason Ashby just gave 5 of you lucky motherfuckers a ticket. This is why it's important, if you're watching the replay, to show up live, because they're just passing out free tickets, but you got to be here live to get it. So make plans to show up 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and get your socialism with people like Jason Ashby and give him the love. Thank you, Jason. Carolyn McMickle, $10. I've been busy and missed y'all's terribly. We missed you, Carolyn. Thank you for everything despite all the still. Vote blue. Yes, obviously vote blue. Just do it noisily and angrily. Sorry I can't be here tonight. No forgiveness for Veggie Girl. My uncle is going to pass away. Oh, okay, well, in that case, no forgiveness for your uncle. I'm just kidding. And I had to get stuff arranged. All right, I'm sorry. Like, we're all in this together. Positive thoughts to you. Tim Apple. Hey, Dusty, fuck Joe Biden. I don't want to really, but if I have to, I would tear that ass up. Thank you, Tim Apple. Agent Orange, $25. Very generous. Dusty is, anyway, money. Anyway, let me say anyway 100 million times. It would be a master class in foreign affairs if I did so. Thank you, Agent Orange. Always generous. $10 from the West Time. Awesome show. I wish I could watch you live on Mondays and Wednesdays, but my work schedule doesn't allow it. Do it at work. Don't let YouTube shadow ban stop you from speaking the truth. I'm going to do it for as long as I can, as long as I can afford to do it. And then when I can't afford to do it, I'm going to go do something else, folks. That's all you can do, right? Adapt. The Blue MAGA seem to be Zionists too. Yep, a lot of them are, unfortunately. Unsurprising. Thank you, Social Less. Go speak. Rearrange the decks of the Titanic. Yep, that's what they're doing. Playing a violin as the ship goes down. Biden did not have king powers until July 1st. He, the king now, he ain't going to go nowhere, and Netanyahu going to help him. Yep, they don't want Kamala to be president because I'm sure she's still a Zionist shill, but maybe 10% less, and they can't have that, either Trump or Biden. They want to have it fully locked down for sure. Charles Berg, $5. I know the world's going to hell, but what are your top 3 sandwiches? All right, I'm going to go with not vegetarian. So number one, starting with my favorite, Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak, oh my God, Philly cheesesteak. So what I do is I get my Philly cheesesteak. You got to toast the bread. And then I have a side bowl of spaghetti sauce. Hear me out. You dip the Philly cheesesteak in the spaghetti sauce. It's the best thing you ever fucking had. I had it when I was in Chicago. Love it. Secondly, tuna fish sandwich. I'm weird. Like my tuna fish sandwich. Black olives, tomatoes, lettuce. Shit's the bomb. Second, gonna go with chicken salad sandwich. Same way. Black olives, lettuce, tomato. Tastes just like tuna fish, but it's chicken, baby. There you go. Not Subway, though. Fuck Subway. They could die and burn in hell for eternity. Biden broke the law to send bombs. Criminal. Yeah, he is a war criminal. He should be tried in The Hague for sure. Morton Beard, $20. This is bad. It is. It is bad, and I feel bad about it. Thank you, Morton Beard. You rock. Isaiah Taylor. Dusty, you're my spirit animal. Hell yeah. I'm like a bear. In this crisis, living in Florida and can't leave, I have to keep quiet about what I say for fear of losing my job. Me too, baby. They're going to ban me off here any second now. Thank you for supporting Isaiah Taylor. Welcome to PTL Heroes Tool Druid. That's the way to do it. PTL Heroes is the step above the regular Dust Buddies. You don't get anything extra except for you're just more awesome. And I like you more. So I love you, Tool Druid. Thank you. Yo, Mansco, $5. Sorry, Dusty. Future not looking too bright. So I am abandoning ship come January. I still be watching, though. But from Europe, hell yeah, do it. Nothing could possibly go wrong in Europe, can it? What's that now? And Agent Orange, $25. No student loan this week, baby. Hell yeah, hit me with your student loan money. Thank you, Agent. I appreciate you being so generous to me. It really helps. V, $2. I saw a dude today that looked just like you, and I was like, Dusty on the West Coast? Hell yeah, he must be devastatingly handsome. What did his model wife look like? Then I got closer look, and he lacked your cool beard. I will fuck that guy. I hope he dies. That man is now fake Dusty. Fuck a fake Dusty. Oh, hell to the no. I don't abide. Blaze and Chronic, $20. Didn't say nothing, and you ain't got to. Blaze it. Appreciate you, Blaze. And Paul Dress for $15. Good seeing Dusty and Kitties getting around the bed. Hell yeah. They didn't implement it. I'm glad they are incompetent for once. Kevin Milligan, $25. Anyway, gay furry hackers are heroes. Hell yeah. They didn't have to hack nothing. They were just heroes for existing. Beam me up, nanobots. Hell yeah. You just immortalize yourself. Nanobots, no. They're all around you right now anyway because they learn about your existence. And as soon as they learn about you, they appear where you are so they can monitor you. So the exact moment that you lose electrical function in your brain, they zap your personality basically into a brand new body. It's basically, it's your body now, okay, but it's from the moment of your peak health. Your body keeps track of the exact moment it reached its peak health, and then from that moment it knows it declines. And so it basically reverts you to that state. But don't worry, you can change your body if you want to. That's just the state it puts you in when it puts your consciousness into the new body. So congratulations. I'll see you at the afterlife, Kellen Milligan. And forget, I hope they continue to forget to follow through their bans. Me too. More incompetence from YouTube. But if you guys want to ensure that you don't disappear into inky death forever, super chat me. Still plenty of time to do so. Make sure the nanobots resurrect you at the end of time. Gonna read all the rest of the end of the show. But for now, let's move along. Do a little religious bullshit, y'all. Quit. You quit. You're being an asshole today. I don't like it. I don't like it, sir. I don't like it. But you know what I do like? Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious goddamn holy shit. It's time. Motherfuckers, it's time for religious bullshit. Nailed it. Now don't do that. Quit. Quit. You pissing me off. Half stash. Being a dick today. And first off, on tonight's religious bullshit. Folks, goddammit, ABG, what a fucking grift. Imagine getting conned by these two fetuses. Even at a young age, Christians have no morals. They have no integrity. They will steal every last dime you have with whatever lame bullshit they can come up with. Such as...
We only have 10 spots left for our Christian content mansion house. Basically, a whole bunch of artists are going to pull up to this beautiful house and spend the whole day recording music videos, making music, making content, dancing, having fun, eating good food, swimming, and just building community for Christian artists in California.
Oh, yay! Don't you guys want to show up in this mansion and make cool music with this guy and his girlfriend? There's only a few seats left. You better hurry. Run, don't walk.
This is an event that you do not want to miss, and spots are super limited. We are having our final Zoom call for the last people who want to sign up tonight at 9 p.m. The link is in the bio to sign up. We will see you there.
Amen. You will not. Amen. Yeah. It's not free, of course. We are shills. Anything for a buck. You think they'll be blasphemous, but not. What was the shirt?
We only have 10
official. What does the other shirt say? I don't know what the other shirt says anyway. And then, folks, how do you best signal to the other cult members that you are also a cult member like they are? I have an idea. Roll! Roll! Stop, drop, and roll, motherfuckers! How are they gonna know? So this is why cults are so effective, folks. These people are just such losers. They're so lonely. They want to belong to something so bad they will literally do anything to belong. But see, they form bonds because they're embarrassing themselves. They're acting goofy as shit. But that endears them to the other cult members. That makes them feel like more of a family, and they don't care what their family's based off of. As long as they have some form of family, it can be based off the dumbest bullshit ever. But as long as they belong somewhere, they would do anything to belong. And that's what they're doing. What they're doing, folks. They're signaling, I'm just as much of a cult member as you are. I will do anything. I will debase myself. I will embarrass myself. I have no personality. I am part of the hive.
Get free in the Holy Ghost!
Get free in the Holy Ghost! That's why I started my own cult, folks. I don't want to follow shit. If you got to be in a cult, might as well be in mine. Really can't do any worse, to be honest with you. And did you guys see this one? So this woman researching this pastor and the fact that he seems like he's sort of a con man. He's not 503c, tax exempt, incorporated, any of that shit. And she's just questioning him, and his answers leave a lot to be desired, folks. Let's see if you think this guy is a shady weasel or not.
Okay. I look for a nonprofit status. You're a ministry, but I'm not finding that you're a nonprofit. Are you?
We are a nonprofit, absolutely. We're a 508(1)CA church nonprofit.
Okay. Can you give me those details so I can confirm that?
Cannot.
There's nothing to confirm. It's on our website.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. We're a free church. It's on our website. If you look at under our about us on Truth and Love Ministry.
Okay.
It says we are
What's your
free
website
church,
address again?
tilministry.com.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that's relevant to our conversation.
Well, I want to know what you do with the money.
That's not is that your concern?
Yes, it is.
We're a ministry. We're a ministry.
People
it's not
misuse ministry money all the time.
Sure.
It
Well,
happens.
If you think that,
yeah, it is very much relevant.
Money,
so it's under
if you think
About
we're misusing
Us?
ministry money, yeah, it's under About Us. If you think you're misusing ministry money, then
I'm not saying you are, but
well, that's. It seems like you're accusing us of that. So
no, I'm not.
I'd be careful of that accusation.
She's researching if you are.
Okay,
all
so
right,
I'm not.
I think we're done with the interview. So I think
I'm not finding About Us. I'm not finding About Us. Just help me figure this out.
Send me an email. Send me an email, and when I'm done with the trip, I'll be happy to send you the information. We are a
you said it's on the website
under Section 508 of the IRS tax code. Churches and all their integrated auxiliaries are inherently nonprofit. They need not apply for a 501. So we are, according to the IRS, because we are a church. I
am also a church, folks, and I guess technically I am tax exempt, even though I haven't filed any paperwork, but I still pay all my taxes anyway because I'm a good American citizen. I don't want that loophole. You know, if I owe taxes, I want to pay back into the system in which I owe, and I do so.
Sure. I have a church in Tennessee, this ministry.
Okay.
We are inherently nonprofit. And
no, I'm not accusing you. I mean, if you've got nothing to hide, just tell me. I mean, so I'm still looking for the About Us.
You're being very accusatory. I think that you don't hear your own tone. So
I don't. I've got a friend that does ministry returns for many churches. She's a Christian and she does the tax returns. I'm just looking for the connection. And if there's not a problem with it.
We are a nonprofit. Yeah, there's no problem. We're a nonprofit.
Okay,
we are,
so where is this About Us on your website? I'm still looking
email
for it.
Email me.
So it's not on your website then?
It is on the website there, but email me. I'd be more than happy to send you the information.
The story's airing today, though, so I need the information today, or I'll be saying, you said it's on the website. We can't find it on the website. We don't know what you do with the money.
You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. We are a nonprofit. We are a church. We are operating as a church. We've been operating for years as a church. If you go to Till Church, TIL Church.
Anyway, it's more of that, and then he rage quits at the end.
Profit. If you want to send me information later, you can do that. If you accuse me of not being a nonprofit, then you're going to get a libel suit from me.
Wow, this escalated quickly.
No, you escalated it, man. You escalated it by saying,
I did.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, you take care.
Bye.
Wow.
Seemed like a shady weasel to me. IRS, where you at? If only they held anybody accountable, but they don't. And last but not least, folks, oh my God, they ruined everything. How do you ruin something that was already fucking ruined? It started out ruined. The Haktua bullshit. So cringe, was cringe from fucking Jump Street. But of course, Christians got to find a way to make everything worse, even the worst stuff, somehow even worse. Case in point.
It's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
You gotta give him that good word of the Lord and make sure they repent for their sins.
It's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
You gotta give him that good word of the Lord and make sure they repent for their sins.
Oh my God. How did you ruin the lamest thing ever? How did you make it worse? God damn it, Christians, magical. And that is my religious bullshit for tonight. Fuck yeah, we did it. LOL, Griff much. Yes, they do all the time. That is pretty much their whole reason for existence. God wants me to be rich. I wish. Fucking God. He's abandoned me. Yep, dork. Terrible. It's all terrible, lame. I agree. And all right, I'm glad you guys found that funny because now it's time to be depressed. Let's free Palestine. Sure, free Palestine. Don't bail out. Don't bail out. Be strong. So the first link I won't even click on, but the first link is another beheaded child because it's still going on. The genocide is still going on. The ethnic cleansing is still going on. The child murders are still going on. Joe Biden is still funding all of these kids to be murdered and covering it up, pretending like he's not, pretending like he's somehow getting a peace deal done while kicking the can down the road so they can do more murder, more genocide, more ethnic cleansing, more stealing of the Palestinians' land. And it's all over social media day in and day out. The worst atrocities you can possibly mention, imagine are happening. Meanwhile, folks, a funeral for an Israeli sergeant who was found dead in Gaza. Yeah, he fucked around and found out. Oh, poor terrorist. Down, down, down. Another one's fucking dead. Down, down, down. Another one's fucking dead, and another one's dead, and another one's dead, another one's fucking dead. Hey, they're gonna get you too. Another one's fucking dead. Yeah! Hell yeah! Moment of silence. Anyway, next up, the Western elite in one video, folks. Here they are talking about Russian war crimes compared to Israeli war crimes. See if you can notice a difference here.
I'd also like us all to say with one voice that anybody who is responsible for these war crimes, and they are war crimes in Ukraine, will be hunted down and held to account before the International Criminal Court.
As to whether each and every act is in accordance with the law, well, that will have to be adjudicated in due course. I think it's unwise for politicians to stand on stages like this or to sit in television studios and pronounce day by day which acts may or may.
Yeah, folks. Hey, when it's Russians, we're going to hunt you down. We know where you live. We're going to find you, you war criminals. When it's Israel, hey, I'm a politician. I would never declare anything a war crime or talk about hunting somebody down or toting about a cow or anything. Wouldn't be appropriate at this juncture.
May not be in accordance with international law. I think it's not the role of politicians.
I'd also
not the role of politicians, and yet
like us all to say with one voice that anybody who is responsible for these war crimes, and they are war crimes in Ukraine, will be hunted down.
Just total hypocrisy. Tell me all the politicians are not 100% owned by their Zionist masters. Meanwhile, Delta Airline trying to bail out the water they caused themselves by threatening to fire workers who had Palestinian pins on. At first, they said they would be terrified if they had a flight attendant who had a Palestinian pin because, oh, I dare you support children's lives. That's so horrifying. And then they said, on Wednesday, we removed a reply that was not in line with our values. We strive for an environment of inclusivity and respect for all. In our communities and our planes, the employee responsible no longer supports Delta's social channels. We apologize for this hurtful post. So now they're claiming that the person that wrote this has been fired or removed from their social media platform. Meanwhile, I guess because of the outrage, they're having problems with their automated system. And on Twitter, they accidentally DM'd everybody who was following them. Closing due to on-go viral event. I don't even know what that means, but I love it. The hell does that mean? I have no idea. I've tagged them in a few posts, so I guess it's their AI automatically responding that they can't keep up. Good. Flood those motherfuckers and bankrupt them. Fuck Delta. Meanwhile, more good news. Israel in collapse. 46,000 businesses forced to close since October 7th. It is estimated by Israeli risk management firm Coface BDI that 60,000 businesses will be closed by the end of 2024 pariah state. It's exactly what they should be. Nobody should be doing business there. 46,000 companies halted business in Israel, expected to reach 60,000 by year's end. If you know that it's an Israeli product, a product that's made in Israel, do not buy it. Do not go there. Boycott them. Meanwhile, got two more quick videos for you guys, and they're heroes using their platform to speak out against the atrocities in a beautiful way. Here's the first one.
Okay, it feels important to say this. I am not pulling my perspective on Israel-Palestine out of my ass, okay? I'm not just guessing that Israel is committing a genocide against Palestine. I have studied and researched this. I have bona fides, and I will share them. First of all, I'm a Jewish woman. I was raised by a Zionist family. My grandfather was a Holocaust survivor. My family talks about our spirit of resistance and resilience constantly. Desiring goodness from the nation of Israel is in my blood, and still, I can see that this Zionist state is vicious, violent, and evil. If someone who is raised by a Zionist family, by people who believe that Israel has the right to exist and that it is our salvation, if I can overcome my pro-Israel bias and learn about this conflict, so can you. And frankly, I should not be calling it a conflict, it's a genocide. So when I was in college, around 2012, 2013, a bunch of my friends and loved ones started going on birthright trips. And I knew enough then to ask the question when they got back from their birthright trips, what about Palestine? And when these people I love, admire, and respect started talking about Palestinians and using language like terrorists, I knew I had to learn more. I also knew that I wanted to go on birthright, and I was nervous about being brainwashed by the trip, and I should have been nervous. So before I went on birthright, I decided at my small liberal arts school in Massachusetts to get a well-rounded perspective, educational perspective on Israeli-Palestinian politics. I took 4 courses: Suffering and Evil in the Jewish Tradition, The Jewish Experience, Middle East Politics, and Arab-Israeli Conflict. I also took International and Comparative Politics courses that often brought up Israel and Palestine in comparisons to, for example, apartheid South Africa. And by the time I finished my ample coursework on the subject before I went on birthright, I was already pro-Palestine. Because once you are in the literature, once you are in the research, not the media stories about this, not the pro-Zionist rigmarole on CNN and MSNBC, once you are in the literature and the data, this isn't a debate. This isn't a question. People talk about Israel-Palestine like it is incredibly complicated, and I reject.
All right, I'm going to play the next video. I don't like to play videos more than 2 minutes at a time because I have ADHD. So lastly, on the Palestinian conflict, let's play this 90-second video.
Some Zionist on the internet today called me a useful idiot, and I was like, oh my God, you think I'm useful? You think I'm so useful? Like, thank you. Yeah, if I can be used for the cause of Palestinian liberation, then use me. Let's be utilitarian about this. One of the things I really hope that I'm useful for is helping other Jewish people who were indoctrinated into the cult of Zionism to start interrogating and unlearning all of the lies and the propaganda they were taught through childhood. All of the really harmful messages that they heard about Palestinians during incredibly impressionable ages. I can help them learn to identify the cognitive dissonance of arguments that absolutely contradict each other, like, for example, Israel is the only safe place for Jews, and Israel is so unsafe that we must use whatever force necessary to violate our quote-unquote enemies. I'll take you perceiving me as an idiot and me being useful to the cause of Palestinian liberation over continuing to exist within the cult of Zionism any day. One of the things I really hope to be useful for is helping my friend Amir and his family who are still in Gaza right now. Please, please, please donate to Amir. The link to his GoFundMe is in my bio. Please help him keep these kids safe in the context of Gaza. They need food and shelter materials and medical care. And hopefully when the borders open, they'll be able to get to safety.
Hero shit! All Jews, use your voice like this so Zionists don't speak for you, and that is my quick Free Palestine section tonight. Hell yeah. Point, laugh, and mock. That's what I do, baby. Seems to work pretty well for me. Good for her. Yes, good for her. My cat likes to lay on my lap, but he's so warm, I get overheated. Good thing it's not hotter in Mississippi, so no worries about that. And all right, folks, moving right along. We got a Beyond Parody, and then we're going to do a, was that it? A Beyond Parody, and that's it. It's the end of the show. All right, Beyond Parody, then a couple palate cleansers, and the show's over. So immortalize yourself while you still can. But for now, Beyond Parody. And folks, not your father's conservative party, not your grandfather's Republican Party. The brand new MAGA Party is super serious.
Trump 2024, y'all already know who we voting for. Vote for my uncle, period. Trump 2024. Trump, say the USA. MAGA.
That's right, Trump 2024. Trump my uncle 2024. Born into you. Trump 20. But I'm black, y'all. I'm black as shit.
Can't you tell how black I am? And then if you're having trouble understanding what this human waste of space, this oxygen thief is saying, don't worry, folks. We have a translation service we've hired specifically for you.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to What the Fuck Was That Translation Services. We're going to go ahead and get started, as this may take a while. What Vicky said was, don't play with that girl, Vicky. She is not one of them. What little baby say, we're in Miami in the middle of winter, and we on these jet skis. The fuck you talking about? Now, we're going to go ahead and break that comment down. Don't play with that girl, Vicky means Vicky is not to be challenged at any time for any reason whatsoever, because she will win. She's not one of them, meaning she's not a person who is shy or reserved about anything. She's going to speak her mind. What little baby say at that time, Vicky is referencing someone who can bear witness to who she is and what she does. Little baby can be a friend, spouse, family member, whatever. We're in the middle of winter in Miami on these jet skis, sort of speaks for itself. Now the ending, what the fuck you talking about, basically means I said what I said, and I'm firm in my belief of what I said. Have a great day.
Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Obviously, I already knew all that, but for you uneducated motherfuckers, you get to have some translation. And then, speaking of not your grandfather's Republican Party, Amber Rose, who apparently is big on OnlyFans, I guess she is a singer. I don't know, folks. Here she is talking about how alpha male Donald Trump is.
And for me, Donald Trump is the epitome of an alpha male, right? He's there to protect, provide, make sure the citizens of the U.S. are, in a good economy, protecting us. I feel protected by Donald Trump. That's why I wanted to come out and publicly endorse him, because I just feel safe.
So safe! Donald Trump, daddy, the greatest physical specimen to ever live. Can't be any more alpha. The economy was so good when he was president. I mean, yeah, he left office with less jobs than he entered office with. Basically, the whole thing was in shambles. Don't worry about that. He's the daddy of us all. Now, look, of course, she doesn't believe a word of this. It's campaign season. It's presidential season, and I don't even know who the fuck she is, right? She knows if she comes out for Donald Trump, she's going to get a lot more media attention than if she came out for Joe Biden. So that's all she's doing, is trying to get clicks, trying to get clout, trying to make fucking money. It's incredibly transparent, but holy God, embarrassing. All of you so embarrassing. And speaking of beyond parody, you can't get any more beyond parody than this motherfucker. So this is Senator Brown. This motherfucker going to come out and talk about how brave he is. How, unlike his opposition, he will come out and answer any fucking question. He's not afraid of the media. He's not afraid to stand up and answer the tough shit that is thrown at him. He is not a complete fucking pussy like all the other politicians, and they ask him one single question. He's like, I'm not here to talk about that. Watch this beyond parody sack of shit.
I can tell you this, if I'm here, I will talk to you at any point in time, even take tough questions.
Yeah.
I can tell you this, if I'm here, I will talk to you at any point in time, even
Any
take tough
point.
questions. Sure,
So
Brown
tough.
won't do that.
Nope.
And again, I
won't do
should
it.
tell you some things. And again, didn't we see that with Biden? They kept him in a cocoon. They kept him in the basement, refused to take questions. Even the White House has said the press conference today is the big boy press conference. Think about that for a second. That's insane. If you can't come out here and address the media and talk to reporters and give your position and be unequivocal and clear, you have no business being an elected office.
That's right. If you don't answer questions immediately, if you can't be completely clear and concise about why you believe what you believe, if you refuse to answer a question, you have no business in politics, folks.
I think that's what generationally we got to get rid of, is these guys that hide behind staff, hide behind their offices,
Snowflakes.
Zoom from one meeting to another so that they're not accountable. Those days have got to be over. You need people that are clear and transparent, tell people where they stand. And sometimes, by the way, it means that you're going to be controversial and you're going to say something that maybe not everybody agrees on, but that's
right.
what you owe your voters.
Dig your
You
grave.
said earlier this week that you support some restrictions on abortions after 15 weeks. Do you think that contradicts what the party's new platform and new position is on this issue overall?
Look, we're not here to talk about abortion. My position is crystal clear.
Look, I'm not here to answer that question. What gave you the idea that I would just answer any tough question you threw at me, okay? I don't talk to my staff. I gotta go Just holy God. These people, no self-awareness, what the fuck soever. It's crazy. Didn't even take one question to change everything. Meanwhile, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Now, this is the racial memes, the racist memes that dickhead conservatives put out to try to scare people into believing that brown people are going to, I guess, rape your pretty blonde girl. But holy shit, look at this. All these brown people just fucking vibing. They want a free Palestine. They're hanging out. They're partying. And this bitch crying. Oh, no. Brown and black people having fun. Well, then go home, bitch. Maybe you don't belong there, Karen. Debbie Downer shit. I think that meme had the opposite effect on what it was trying to convey. Meanwhile, you guys hear about this one? Apparently, men from overseas, including Australia, are estimated to have fathered tens of thousands of children to sex workers in the Philippines. Uh-oh. Now, thanks to DNA, love it, the children are tracking them down.
In the heart of the Philippines, sex is for sale and girlfriends are for hire.
This is why you only go for the lady boys. Can't get pregnant. There's a pro move for you guys.
These sex tourists fathered tens of thousands of children
Oopsies.
and then abandoned them.
Hi, my name is Luis. I want to find out who my father is because it's a bit sad to live without a father.
Now these children raised in poverty can find out where they came from. In a trailblazing project, their DNA is being used to hunt down their missing dads. In the heart of the...
Uh-oh! Guess who's coming to dinner? And yeah, as the post says, this is going to destroy thousands of military families across the U.S. Ha ha! Oh, these Christian motherfuckers. Chicken's coming home to roost, and goddamn it, I love it. Bad life decisions. Meanwhile, beyond parody. Wife of man who died after putting lit firework on his head to show off doesn't want him to be remembered as a fool. Think the ship might have sailed on that one already, lady. He put out a video of himself jumping around like a goof in an Uncle Sam costume, put a firework on his head, and blew his own brains out. He's not a genius. I think we can all agree to that, right? I know where you're coming from, but still. And then, did you guys see this one? So you guys know the N-word girl? I don't even know who she is. That's what she's known at now. She decided she wanted to become a conservative influencer, and the best way to do that is just say the N-word, just act like a complete sack of shit. Well, apparently her career is not going as swimmingly as she hoped it would. Case in point, she gets conned into coming on this prank show that's making fun of her, and I guess she decided to film it on a potato because she doesn't have enough money to buy herself a real camera. Here we go.
People from the outside who are kind of saying, hey, you know, she would have been better off if she just didn't do that and she just kept her job that had the benefits and everything like that. And because she's not really kind of getting that conservative media push that she was expecting, it's not really sticking. She's not really finding popularity in any kind of avenue whatsoever. Nobody's really, picking up what she's putting down. But I would say to those haters, if things aren't going well for Lily, then how exactly did she find herself on the PDL show being interviewed by the one and only Bo Nair?
Exactly. Like, if this isn't a W, I don't know what is. We're already winning, baby.
Exactly. And here we are. I mean, how can you be losing when you're literally on a show that is as popular as the PDL show with Bo Nair? And I was curious,
yeah, I know, right?
Lily, do you have any interest in what does the PDL stand for?
What does the PDL stand for? Enlighten me.
It stands for the Pathetic Desperate Loser Show.
That's awesome.
I love it. I'm so happy to be pranked on your show. This is the best day I've ever experienced on this earth. And, folks, on Beyond Parody, I love this one. LeVar Burton. Happy Thursday, all. To which someone said, not sure what the rainbow has to do with being Thursday. Yeah, the fuck's the rainbow even there for? Can we go a day without virtue signaling? Yeah, LeVar Bertrand, you fucking virtue signaling motherfucker. I mean, what have you even done? Like, he was on that show where he read books, was reading something, I can't remember, but the fuck does that do with the rainbow? Okay, we all know rainbow 100% of the time is about gay people, and it's always been about gay people. You fucking virtue signaling sack of shit. So just go back to your show reading, what was it again? Don't remember, but whatever. And leave the rainbows behind, LeVar Burton. And then, last but not least, folks, here's what it says. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't make this up. I'm just going to fucking show you, okay? It says, in a small community in western Nepal, there's a tradition where the mother enacts breastfeeding on her son on her wedding day, and they got this dude sucking his mama's titty. Okay, I don't know. But I think we can all agree, gross. Now what the fuck? Now somebody over in Nepal, and he was like, hey, you know what I would really like on my wedding day? I would like to suck my grown mama titty. And then their mama was like, you know what I love on my son's wedding day? Love to get my grown titty sucked. And then they did it, and it became so popular that it's a tradition now, folks. A lot of people agree this is the perfect wedding gift. So who am I to judge? I am Dusty Smith, all the judgment, all the time. Hell no, Nepal. And that is my Beyond Parody for tonight. Why is my computer locked up? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Don't do that. Do not do that, please. And, all right, folks. Hell yeah. You going to suck your mom's titty on your wedding day? I know, what the fuck, right? That was my thoughts about the same thing. It was going to go in the what the fuck section, but we didn't have a what the fuck section tonight, so I put it Beyond Parody, which it fits. It all fits. Home Milker, I know the reference. I know he just thirsty. I ain't never been that thirsty. I will die in the fucking desert before I suck my mama titty. Oh, hell no. Anyway. Who lost overtime? Well, we're probably not going to do much overtime. Maybe a little bit of overtime. So you should reward me anyway for overtime. But for now, let's finish you off with a happy ending. Prepare to be cleansed, my children. It's time for some palate cleansers. Would you goddamn go over here for I murder everything that you stand for? Okay, here we go.
Palate cleanser, clear as day. Wash the bitter taste away. Palate cleanser, lift you high. Reaching for the sky.
Reaching for the sky. Palate spelled 100% correctly there. Thanks, AI. And first off, palate cleansers. This headline says, raccoon broke into my brother's garage. Ate a ton of snacks. That is a ton of snacks. And in the process became so fat he got stuck under the bureau. Oh, look at that fat motherfucker. Ate baked Lays and all kinds of shit. Got some good stuff. Just let him sleep it off. He'll be fine. And one more, folks. Okay, guys, I just got a new bird. I am not an ornithologist, however you say that word. I am not an expert on birds. Anybody got any idea what this bird wants? It's a mystery. Maybe somebody can help me figure that out. Appreciate you. And all right, folks, that's my show. We're going to do an after party right now. Be sure to go join my Patreon. Patreon.com/podcast. Link in the description of the video. We're going to go from here all the way down to here on tonight's after party. The fun shit about to happen. So get your ticket to the after party. Stat immediately right now. Going to read the super chats and do a quick kitty party tonight. Thank you, Mr. Sika. Appreciate you. Thank you twice. So nice. You said it twice. Double pair to you. Jason asked me one socialism. You rock, Jason. Love you. And Mr. Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. 20 socialisms. You guys check the community membership section of YouTube for the link to tonight's after party. You got your ticket. Mr. Anderson gave it to you. give him all your love and show up tonight. And another 5 Jason asked me, say with Jason, superheroes helping you guys out. Make sure you give them big ups. And oh, speaking of big ups, Agent Orange just dropped the stack as promised, $100. And I'm going to read it so sexy. Oh, yeah. Stack. Take my money. I will. I'm going to take it all from you, Agent Orange. Bend over, spread those cheeks, take it. Love you, Agent Orange. You rock. And you are tonight's Super Chat Heavyweight Champion of the World, Agent Orange. Everybody, suck Agent Orange's dick. Kevin Mulligan, $5 forget. I hope they continue to forget to follow through. Yep, already read that. All right, folks, we did it. We did it. Another episode of the world's greatest show. Fuck yes. Join me Monday. It is only a week away, the day after tomorrow. What, another one? Call me DJ Khalid. DJ Khalid. Another one. Agent Orange hitting us big. Wah, 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 wah. Fuck yeah. That's how you do it. Everybody, all the dick sucking Agent Orange right now. He has bought our love. He deserves it. Single-handedly saved the show tonight. Now I'm not going to whine and cry for not making enough to keep the show afloat. Agent Orange, it's your Huckleberry. Give him your love. Tonight's kitty party dedicated to Agent Orange. Here's for you, buddy. Guys, I'll be back Monday. It's only a weekend away. Be sure to join me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m., 8 Central. Be sure to hit the like button. If you are watching on replay, leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Subscribe. All of the things. You know how to do it. That's your first rodeo. But in honor of Agent Orange, time for the kitty party. Come and get it, assholes. Come and get it. Come and get it. Nobody. Come on. Here we go. Hey. Come on. There you go. Baby Yoda. Got a little Yoda action happening. Got only 3, but 3's pretty good. Baby Yoda. Half stash. Baby Yoda's like, fuck it. Those treats aren't good enough for me. Come on, get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come on. Come on. It's purple here. Come on, get it. Come get it, assholes. Whatever. Fuck you guys. Love the shit out of everybody. Thank you guys for being generous tonight. I appreciate you. Gonna see you Monday. Agent Orange, king shit tonight. Deliver big as promised. Man of your word. Love you guys. See the rest of the after party. Good night, y'all. Switch over now.